Regardless of if you're talking about news, politics, it's kind of, inched its way into all these different categories of our lives now. And I was hoping you could maybe talk about, that aspect of online video, where it's come from, where it's going, and what you think about the future as far as its role in news, politics, important parts of our lives.
The first response is just to look at it in terms of a big picture. And we've talked before about Clay Shirky, who is as good as anybody to kind of hang the concepts on. One of Shirky's key themes is that whereas we used to filter then publish, even I get this right, we now publish and then filter. And so what that's opened up is a whole bunch of people with access to a medium that they didn't have before that they can publish, and then the filters have to come into effect. I've always found, personally, that the comments are the most concerning to me. It's one thing to put the videos out and have them interactive. The sense of community is huge. The fact that people can respond and come back and say things to each other about that on the fly, that's obviously the big social media component. But for a while, a lot of that stuff has been just surprisingly puerile and embarrassing, and oftentimes at least offensive, if not almost slanderous and obscene and illegal. And that level of discourse has scared a lot of people off. And I think that's true, again, of most social media, that there's a great fear of it because of what they saw initially. I think the systems tend to kind of, wean or clean themselves of that sort of stuff.
Can you go in and filter things out, or then, what kind of, where does that leave you, really?
You're kind of hands off, but you do have to have it monitored. I mean, that's the obvious part. And then if you look at basic issues of, as I said, things about libel, obscenity, those are things that you can pull right away, or as soon as they get posted. Other than that, there is a free speech thing here, and I think it's really important to not even if you are YouTube, which is really Google, to not censor what's out there, what's being said. It defeats the purpose of the internet.
Right. Just, I guess, to end, I'd like to know how you feel personally about the way video has come into has come to be what it is now.
The stuff that's out now already, and the indications of the quality of that are really, really astounding. What it says to me is that there's often been, in any area, a huge amount of reservoir of talent that doesn't get expressed because means of expressions have been controlled. The freedom of the press goes to those who own one. So that those controls were so tight, whether it be media or video or print or taking photographs or singing a song or writing a poem or almost doing a painting, anything creative. Now that's opened up. We recognize, and Shirky would I think argue as well, the same, that there's so much out there that really was available. It hasn't been created by the internet. It was always there, but it had no sense of outlet. And then, again, the community sense and the sense of the filtering after the fact means people can't go, look who gets hit. Wow, that was really cool. Ah, okay, did you see this one? This person's got it. Now I'm going to try and use that in my next video. And so there's an exponential learning curve just by sheer numbers. And the fact that, sure, there are a lot of people who produce bad stuff and people who like bad stuff. But eventually the quality will out because it's pretty clear when you see something that's good and something that's garbage to most people. I mean, everybody has standards. So I think that just, again, it's the sheer force of the numbers. Everybody has, some key favorites, but the stuff that comes up out of nowhere and sort of gets grabbed onto it is often really good stuff.